Hey, how's it going, everyone? Your boy Jolsey, aka Comic Filth, and we're finally back with another video. So this is like a haul video. So I think my last video was 2 months ago. So this is the stuff that I picked up since then. And yeah, I haven't read most of the stuff yet. I'm still working my way through a back catalogue of things, so I do apologise if the overviews aren't super in depth on some of this material. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll probably go through the trade paperbacks first, and then work our way through the omnis. Alrighty, so we'll start off with Cosmic Ghost Rider by Donny Cates. This is a trade paperback, pretty decent thickness as well. And there's the back there if you want to get a good view of that. But yeah, I've never read any Cosmic Ghost Rider material. I just remember he was super popular when he came out. And, I think this is all the stuff Donny Cates has done for him. Obviously, the character's been in like different series and had his own spin off with other writers taking him on. But yeah, this collects his like Thanos stuff, and then where the character debuted, and then I think he had like a 5-issue miniseries, and then yeah, like Cosmic Ghost Rider, and then there are a couple other stuff. But yeah, this looks heaps of fun. Like you got Thanos in a Punisher outfit, and we saw a bit of X-Men characters before. I got some Avengers in here, some Guardians of the Galaxy issues, which Donny Cates did a run on, and that's collected in a pretty thick trade paperback as well, so I might get that in the future. But yeah, the reason why I got a lot of Donny Cates stuff as well, I enjoy his writing, I love his Venom. But I was in the comic shop and I really hadn't heard much of what he's done recently. Because I'm out of the loop when it comes to like news and stuff. Some nice Chris Barchlow artwork there. And yeah, speaking of my comic book shop owner, and he's like, hey, you didn't hear what happened to him, and like explained it, and I won't drop that in the video, just not being sensitive, but you can Google, and yeah, I was just like, oh no, I got to support my boy, and yeah, got a fair few Donny Cates books, so yeah. But yeah, this looks really fun. I'm really stoked to read this. Different artwork, but a lot of it looks really really good. This is a good one, Batman Battle for the Cowl, the complete collection. So this is released in a small trade paperback which collected the 3-issue miniseries of this, plus like the Gotham Gazette issues, and Batman Dead. So obviously this takes place after Final Crisis, and yeah, now it's really cool to get like the supplemental material during this issue, and I think it's mapped really well from what I could see. I got some Fraser Irving artwork. Obviously, Tony Daniel. A lot of good creators that were on this book in this era for Batman. So yeah, pretty cool Oracle story in here. So obviously this is all before the New 52, so if you're a little confused, yeah, that might explain it then. There's a Secret 6 issue in here. But yeah, no, this is really cool. Really stoked that we've got a complete edition. And also, how sick is like DC bringing back the Bullet logo again? Like, yeah, so cool. My favorite logo, the logo for my childhood. And I've got some Marvel Modern Era Epic collection. So first one's Dark Avengers. I wasn't the biggest Marvel Comics reader during the 2000s, just because of money, and I thought I'd probably just focus on DC more. But yeah, no, I really remember reading some of this stuff, and the Mike Deodato Jr. artwork for the most part's insane. It's got the X-Men crossover in here, and a couple other things, but yeah, this looks so much fun. Really enjoy the Thunderbolts in that mid to later 2000s period. And obviously, your Secret Invasions and your Dark Reigns and Siege and all that sort of stuff. So this is around that era. So yeah, now I'm really looking forward to diving into this. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Real big fan of the Modern Era Epic collections. And this one here is Astonishing X-Men Gifted. So it's the start of Joss Whedon and is it Sean Cassidy or John Cassidy? I think it's John Cassidy. My apologies. Started their run. I think it's only 20-something issues, and it was in an omnibus. And also 2 kind of thick trades around this thickness. So I'd imagine whenever Volume 2 comes out, which I think is early next year, it'll collect the entirety of the Whedon and Cassidy run. But yeah, this is real cool. I remember reading this back in the day. The X-Men movies were at their peak. Grant Morrison's new X-Men was going off. And yeah, this is just heaps of good fun. There you go, debut of Danger. And yeah, now the storyline, I like how the cast is quite small. But yeah, this looks sick. Got some Hellfire Club goons, of course, your extras. But yeah, now I'm really stoked with these trades that I picked up, and yeah, looking forward to getting volume 2 of that. Alright, first omnibus off the rank is the Hulk by Cates and Otley. Heard mixed feelings about this run. I think it gets a bit silly, and it's probably the thinnest omnibus I own. I'd consider it more of a deluxe hardcover, but I suppose the omnibus title, whatnot, sells. But yeah, there you go, Starship Hulk. If you want to pause the video and see what it collects down there, definitely go for it. But yeah, this is straight after Immortal Hulk, which I've got an omnibus, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. I was flipping through it the other day. It looks just stupid, silly fun, and yeah, you know, sometimes it's good after reading sometimes some serious subject matter in comics. It's good to have like a bit more of a light-hearted thing. So yeah, pretty keen to read this. Alright, so there's the dust jacket flaps goodness. What if the Hulk exists to protect us from Banner? And yeah, you got a bit of a write-up on the creators. Standard affair. Alright, let's crack it open. So yeah, you can see on the hardcover, it's got that like real pale green like theme, and it's got like, looks like panels from the book. Really nice. Yeah, it looks pretty brutal as well. So obviously, like Ryan Otley, if you're not familiar, the artist on Invincible, then he did some Spider-Man, which I need to get those omnibuses. They look like a lot of good fun. With I think there's Nick Spencer run. So yeah, I'll get those. Those are probably on the wish list in future. But yeah, this looks just, you know, like a video game. Just Hulk going around smashing shit. There's a giant Wolverine, you know, like. I don't really know too much. It could be stupid, but yeah, no, I'm really digging the artwork, and it looks like it'll be a real quick read. There's a little crossover with the Thor that Cates is writing at the time, and I think those issues are also collected in the Thor omnibus I got, but I think it's very minor, like double dipping. So it's not like a real bad offender like some books can be. I suppose it is to be expected when you've got crossovers and stuff. But yeah, this looks like heaps of fun. I think it'd be good to have a nice light-hearted read, especially after how hectic Immortal Hulk could get. But yeah, if you're on the fence about this one, I don't know if I've sold it to you, unfortunately, just because I haven't read it yet. But yeah, that's all I can really say about that. And as mentioned, here is Thor by Cates and Klein Omnibus. Yeah, this looks cool. I've actually got Thor in omnibus from the J. Michael Straczynski run to the like last volume for the Jason Aaron. I'm pretty sure this comes after it. And yeah, so I basically have got like 15 years worth of Thor comics and omnibus, and I'm really keen to read through all those in one big like marathon. So yeah, this will be so good. Alright, so there's the art on the dust jacket, as well as, like, you know, your standard write-up on the left, and a bit of bio about the creators. And this book's got a really gorgeous wraparound cover. I don't know if that's a double-page spread within the book, but that is awesome. Alright, let's dive in, shall we? So yeah, once again, I haven't read this material, so I can't give you a good, like, overview of if it's, like, the greatest Thor run or whatnot. But from what I've read online and seen in other people's videos, they say it's, like, a really good, you know, good refresh, change of pace for the character. And it looks like there's a lot of good fun moments in here. And as I said, I'm a big Donny Cates guy. And yeah, that's epic there. Thanos with Mjolnir, and looks like a whole bunch of zombified versions of the Marvel Universe. So yeah, pretty cool artwork. Doctor Strange with Lockjaw. Got the Destroyer just punching, probably, I presume, John L. Blake, Thor's alter ego. That's just the vibe I'm getting. Could be something completely different, so yeah, don't quote me on it. No, this looks cool. Oh, sick, you got like giant cats with like gun turrets and shit on them. Yeah, definitely. If that hasn't sold you on the book, I don't know what will. Yeah, this looks like heaps of fun as well. Looks like it might have a bit more of a serious tone in the Hulk book Cates is writing, but you know, as serious as like, you know, you can get in comics, like it's still Thor, and you know, It's probably not as much as like a crazy. Yeah, there's those Thor issues that cross over the Hulk book. So yeah, nothing too crazy on the double dipping front by the looks of it, which is always nice. But yeah, this looks really cool. I'm really keen to dive into this. That's cool. Looks like a movie poster. Got a bit of Doctor Doom in here. Yeah, everyone's stepping up in this. Bit of Hawkeye, of course, being the Avengers. Bit of Black Panther. So yeah, this looks really cool. A lot of cool variants and stuff like that. Yeah, awesome. That's pretty cool. Always like seeing like how a page is created. Yeah, really looking forward to this one. Alright, next up we got Brand New Day by Amazing Spider-Man Brand New Day Omnibus Volume 1. So this is the stuff straight after, I think it's called One More Day, the real controversial J. Michael Straczynski run. So this pretty much just kind of soft rebooted Spider-Man in the late 2000s, and yeah, I was fully on board for this material. Wasn't buying it at the time, but would borrow my buddy's issues and, read a random trade paperback from the library. And yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this one. Really love that Steve McNiven cover as well. Right, and there you go. Brand New Day. That old Parker Luck strikes again. Can't speak. Yeah, so it looks pretty sweet. And the art on the hardcover itself is real nice. You've got Peter Parker there in his civvies and all the crazy Spider-Man stuff. Spine. And Chris Barchlow artwork. That was on the back of the book, but now you got like the full image. Yeah, very nice. Alrighty, time to crack you open. So I've only read bits and pieces of material as it was coming out from, as I mentioned before, like from a mate or when trade paperbacks would come out. But I think a lot of this material heavily inspires like the video games and the movies, or some of the movies. But yeah, this is a really good reset and return to form for Spider-Man, who I think was kind of a bit down in the dumps for a bit there. But yeah, lots of different writers, artists, because I think the title was weekly during this time. But no, it looks like it's got a really good flow. There's that Chris Barchlow artwork again. Yeah, no, I'm pretty stoked to go through this stuff. Don't know when Volume 2 is coming out, but yeah, pretty keen for that as well. I'd imagine that'd be all the Dan Slott stuff before Superior Spider-Man, so once again, don't quote me on that, I'm probably wrong, but if it isn't that stuff after this, it's probably getting real close to it. So you'd have a lot of Spider-Man in chronological order in that omnibus format, which is pretty exciting. You got some John Romita Jr., I'm pretty sure this is New Ways to Die. Yep, I remember reading this in trade paperback very, very, very long time ago, and really dug it. So yeah, this looks cool. Bit of Anti-Venom in there. Norman Osborn and his Thunderbolts, because this is like post-Civil War. Got a bit of Flash Thompson. I think this is where it established like him being like serving over in the Middle East and losing his legs, and then that becomes like Agent Venom, which is a whole different thing. But yeah, the artwork looks fantastic throughout this. You got a couple different like artists, but looks like everyone's firing on all cylinders. Yeah, I'm really keen to check this out. Can hear some of the glue still cracking. I stretch the spine as good as I can, but yeah, sometimes these books take a bit more TLC. That's pretty cool. Variants and extras and all that jazz. So yeah. Right, and last but not least, Batman Bruce Wayne, murderer turned fugitive omnibus. So this is a storyline from the early to mid 2000s. It's easily been well over 15 years since I've read this material. It's been out of print for ages. I remember it was in like 2 thickish trade paperbacks. So Bruce Wayne framed for murder, or is Batman finally snapped? And if you want to pause it and read all what it collects, yeah, definitely go for it. But obviously, gist of the story is Bruce Wayne's been framed for murder, and yeah, he can't go out and be Batman to stop it. So, there's all other sort of stuff happening throughout it. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this from when I read it long time ago. And once again, that awesome DC bringing back the Bullet logo. And yeah, this one's probably got the most interesting artwork on the dust jacket flaps there. You got like, your mug shots of Bruce Wayne, and every man has a breaking point. Pretty nice. Alright, so there's the cover on the hardcover itself. The spine. I got Batman with his handcuffs. And Bruce Wayne just brooding in his jail cell. Looks super pissed off, as I would be as well. Alright, let's check it out. See, this is like your Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka era on Batman. It's pretty confident this material's before Infinite Crisis. And as you can see, it's got pretty stiff binding, like most DC omnibuses. So yeah, probably have to hold this one down. There you go. You got a bit of what looks like Blue Beetle. So I'm really keen to check this stuff out. I don't know if this stuff happens straight after the No Man's Land era. It could. I've got a feeling it does. But once again, don't quote me on that. But yeah, no, this looks really cool. It's been ages since I read it. And it's good that those because those trades are out of print for so long. It's good that like we've got an omnibus of this material. We've actually got a lot of good Batman material in omnibus format throughout like the 90s and the 2000s and 2010. So it's like, yeah, no, really exciting to build up these runs and just read through them one after the other. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no, this looks sweet. Got Azrael. You got your Birds of Prey. Of course, all your Bat family members and Sasha. I always get the name wrong. Sasha Bordeaux? I'm not too sure. Like Bruce Wayne's bodyguard. She's in Infinite Crisis. She hangs around for quite a bit. She's in Checkmate after that. But yeah, Cassandra Cain is Batgirl, of course, because it's pre-New 52. So Barbara Gordon's still in the wheelchair as Oracle. So you got some bonus material, like a story. You got your variant covers and like Scott McDaniel artwork. Very nice. So yeah, no, definitely keen to get into that. Alright, so there we go. There's my haul for the past 2 months since my last video. Some pretty cool stuff there. Obviously very Marvel heavy. Very Kate's heavy, but yeah, no, let me know in the comments if you've got any of the stuff, if you've read it, if you want it, always like that dialogue. And yeah, until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and yeah, keep reading comics.